man. We're just gonna roll into it, all right? So we good.
All right, Boo, just say when. Oh, it says we're live.
Yeah, going live. Setting up your meeting for YouTube. Nah, man. Keep the conversation shit.
Triple threat. So we're talking about double teaming this bitch, right? I'm balls deep in the midget.
No.
She had the fucking balls to turn around and call me short. I'm like, bitch, makes me angry.
Yeah, that would be him.
Okay, we're getting everything set up over here. Hold on. I'm fucking behind like always, but that's nothing new. Hold on. Give me a second. I ain't done this shit it's been a while.
What are you doing?
Pop out chat.
Pop out chat and moving everything over to
what
this
the
other
fuck
screen.
is pop out chat? Can you do that?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a YouTuber? Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before.
Shit. Wait, YouTube's not your Hollywood thesis?
What's that?
YouTube's not your Hollywood?
YouTube's not my no. I barely know how to use. I can barely upload a fucking video. What the hell are you talking about?
I can't even complain, man. You know, YouTube's not my Hollywood either.
No.
Pornhub, no, that's a different story.
I was gonna say Pornhub's my Hollywood.
That's
where Mr.JustRight came to be. You know.
That's right.
About your Batman thesis chat. It's good. Hope everybody's having a blessed one. Man, we doing the triple threat. We just hanging out, talking. We're not going to be strictly vape talk. We just talking about life. 3 buddies hanging out, shooting the shit. If you don't like what you hear, you can exit out just as quick as you joined in. You know what I mean? We're not here to please or appease anybody. We're not here to bash anybody or drag anybody. We just here expressing who we are, enjoying ourselves. Peter, how about it, man?
What's going on, everybody? We're just hanging out with Joe and Thesis. This is the first. I don't think I've ever been live with Thesis.
Nope.
I think this is the first.
We've been alive at the same time, just never live together. You feel me?
That's right.
Well, shit, you two are live wires all the time. I don't care what nobody says. You two gentlemen right there, solid live individuals all the time. Hell,
I appreciate
That's
it.
right.
Oh man, how was y'all's week? Everything good? Couple steady?
I've been sick, and today and now I'm not. I'm like 85%. I feel good, feel solid. I'm like Viagra, the embodiment.
I see.
What about you guys?
Good, man. Good. I see Batman got the fresh fade, cut up, looking good. See you?
Nah, I came off with it.
Fade, that motherfucker's forehead starts here.
Look, I look like an overwatered chia pet, man.
That's look at mine. I got like a whole track system on the sides of my.
That widow's peak, man. That's killing us, man. That shows our age. That's why I be rocking the fade. I can kill that widow's peak in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah. I told Mandy, I'm like, listen, you got to stop fading it and just take it, just bick it on the side, so that way you can't see this portion right here. Because I can get away with this. You
trust your girl to cut your hair?
She's a top tier salon in Minnesota. Yeah,
there's no way in hell, even if Kimberly was a top tier salon in East Texas, I'm trusting her to cut my hair. She'll remember something I said like 6 months ago when she's cutting my hair. Man, oh shit, what happened there?
Yeah, she's mad. She does a heavy breathing when she's fucking buzzing my. She goes, and I'm like, what? She's like, if you move one more time, so I'm gonna snip your ear off. And she's got pretty close to it. She's made it bleed on purpose. I'm like, I bought you those clippers that you're using. About to cut me with clippers I purchased for your birthday. Do you know how expensive them shears are? And she'll get mad if I call them scissors. They're just fucking scissors as far as I'm concerned. But those shears are no joke.
Batman, how about yourself, man? I know your work thing's been a little,
I'm
back on, back off. Everything working out for you? Everything good?
Everything's good. I actually feel good. I feel better than I felt in a while. Little by little, just getting my spunk back. I'm just one day at a time, man. Just trying to stay positive.
I'm working on trying to let my spunk
go.
Good. I'm trying to get this shit back.
Good deal. Guys, the reason I put Thesis and asked both of these gentlemen to be on here with me today at this time instead of the typical time of 9 o'clock is I enjoy these guys. There's not very many people out there that I enjoy their company, enjoy their friendship. We can chit-chat away from YouTube, away from Instagram, Facebook, personal messages. Both these gentlemen got my telephone number. They're welcome to call 24/7. Shoot the shit, talk about things other than just vaping. These guys are brothers in my eyes, and why? Because they speak their mind, they speak their opinion. and they're not afraid to do so. You know, they're not in it for popularity contests. Thesis is a veteran in the game. Batman's a veteran in the game. When it comes to me, I'm the new guy on the block. And like-minded people, they gravitate towards each other. And these two people right here, I respect them to another level. So I said, you know what? I didn't even tell Thesis I invited Batman. I didn't tell Batman I invited Thesis.
Yeah,
I just sent them both the invite. And just not knowing what could come of it. It could be a good catalyst. It could be a bad catalyst. But either way, you're in good company. I'm in good company. And
great cast. I enjoy real people. So Batman being here, you here, me here, this is great.
It's always a good time. Good things, man. Good things. Both of them have their respective avenues they're pursuing in the vape industry as well. But aside from all that, they're family men. They're gentlemen in my book, you know, and I appreciate them being here tonight. So thank you guys for joining me.
All right.
I appreciate y'all being here. What do you guys got going? You still working on that truck project of yours, Thesis? That big red beast?
Absolutely. Mandy can't hear me. I bought a motor. She doesn't know I'm buying a motor. And that sumbitch is a bad motor. You guys watch Street Outlaws?
Well, I don't watch TV.
Okay.
Hardly.
I don't. Yeah, me neither. But it's on Amazon, so I can't help it. It's got motors. So one of the guys on there knows the dude up here across the state line in Wisconsin. Make a long story short, 450 horsepower, and which isn't like, you know, it's not going to be like a fucking monster truck motor, but when you're going from 197 horsepower to 450 horsepower, it's a big difference. And then a rebuilt 700 R4. Man, I'm so mad I gave away my custard. How can I get some more of this? Where do I buy this at, bro?
Shop E&D.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Can I ask a question, Batman, quick, about your name? I'm sure you've explained it a million times. A million times. I've never heard it, and I've always wanted to hear it from your mouth, so I never asked around.
It's not from DC Comics. Everybody thinks just because.
I never thought it had anything to do with Batman.
No, but it absolutely. I didn't pick that name up because of that. I was 16, and you know, just some playing basketball. You know, it's a long story, but let's just say my anger, my temper got the best of me, and there you go. Josh Warner, he pretty much explained it better. I don't know why it's tough to come out, because you can see it's not something that I'm proud of anymore. Back in the day, I'm fucking right, I did it, but you know, it's not something I'm proud of anymore.
I can relate to that in a genuine way. Everybody sees me, I'm a happy-go-lucky, energetic guy. That was not always the case. When just before I met Mandy, you know, around 11 years ago, I was a completely different person. I was willing to do shit that I also didn't have the life that I've got now, where back then I would have thought twice about throwing some stupid shit, you know, throwing life away over something dumb. Whereas now, like, I look at my boys, look at my house, look at my family, my parents, my wife, and I'm like, nothing, the internet especially, the YouTube, drama, bullshit, all that stuff, nothing is worth throwing all what I've got now away. You know, I'm willing to defend it to the death. I'm also not going to throw it away over some dumb stuff. I can relate. So if you don't want to go into that deep, I think I can make the connection.
You know, it's interesting to say that, because I think that's good testaments from each one of us. I'm sure people see Batman know. My question is, though, Batman, you're not a little person, man. What the hell why would you need a bat? Just your size in general is
maybe he was referring
enough.
to his dick.
But Batman with a bat is like me with a gun. Like, it'd be on like the same level, you know?
It's like the Hulk with Thor's hammer. It doesn't you don't need it.
At the time when I was the dude, all right, fuck it. Well, you know what? Let's put it out there. Fuck it. Let's the open book. We're playing basketball, but we're playing street ball. You know, and a lot of people that know how inner city, big city, street ball is, there's no rules. You cry foul, you get punched in the face. You know, this ain't no basketball court league or none of that. We talk about legit concrete street ball. And, you know, I go for a layup. The dude is 6'9", so he's bigger than I am. Back then, I was probably 6'4", somewhere in there.
There's something in the water, because y'all 6 foot. You don't break 6 foot like it's normal or something.
So I go for a layup. Dude throws an elbow. He breaks my nose, and you can see, like, you meet me in person. You squeeze my nose, like the cartilage was removed from the inside of my nose after the second time it broke. Well, after the first time I get this healed, they put that brace on that you're supposed to wear over the face just to protect the nose. Big ugly fucking thing they used to use back in the early 90s. So I get my face healed. 2 months after I get the mask taken off, we go back. We're going to play ball again. So go back to play basketball. The same motherfucker breaks my nose again.
Damn.
So the first time I walked away with it with a smile, you know, hey, we're playing basketball. It is what it is, whatever. This time, the second time, I wasn't having that. So I walked home, and when I opened the closet door to the basement, my mother's house at the time, I opened the closet door to the basement, and there's an aluminum baseball bat. So I grab it, and I headed outside. My brother's, well, what the fuck happened? Again? I'm like, yeah. When I got to the basketball court, dude didn't even see me coming. I mean, it was, I fucking ran and took off, holding the bat all the way back here. When I hit him, that ping sound, ping. You never forget it. The way, because, you know, you don't have much meat on the head. So you hit somebody over the head with a baseball bat, it hits, and the skin just splits.
Yep.
So 74 stitches was what that dude took.
How did you find out the amount of stitches?
Because it was talked about. That was fucking known. And ever since then, ever since that incident, that's where the Batman comes from.
All right.
And,
interesting.
You know, and then my dad died at the age of 16. So I've always dressed in black. Since my father died in 1993, I've always dressed in black. So being dressed in black and then the baseball bat, it just one went with the other, like peanut butter and jelly.
You know, it's funny you said it because you see, I grew up in East Texas. A lot of folks, camo this, camo that, camo print. Man, growing up, I was always taught the best camo you can wear is black. You wear black at night, they can't see you.
Well, I was gonna say, the only shirts I ever wear is just neutral tone grays and blacks.
Typically, I wear red. That's like my normal color.
I stopped wearing red as a youngin', but there's a reason behind that one. That's a totally.
I wear red everywhere I go, and everybody always asks. They think it's like some gang affiliation or something. It's not. Red is a dominant color. Red is a demanding color. When you step into the place, you don't blend in when you're wearing a bright red shirt. You stand out like a sore thumb.
100%. Here's the problem.
We talked about this on your live with your Patreon, Thesis, that I don't ever want to fit in anywhere.
100%.
For me to fit in means I'm only allowed to grow the space that you allow me to grow.
I'm fuck that. I agree. I think I'm gonna go one step further. I'm getting rainbows tattooed where my eyebrows are.
All right, 6'9".
Hey, well, fuck it. I'm gonna get purple. I'm gonna get Viking symbols on the outsides. I want people to call me the V-Man. Oh, it's gonna be vagina. Fuck! I messed that up. No,
Thesis, where'd you come up with thesis at?
That one goes deep. I'll try to make this one super short.
Make it super short.
I used to so as a hip hop artist, as writing lyrics, I would write a song a day. So I know this is gonna sound. I'm gonna regret saying this. I was inspired by Dolly Parton, and Dolly Parton said some shit in an interview where she says, if you're not writing a song a day as a musician, you're failing. And I was like, well, I can write a song a day. Turns out that shit's hard. But as I started to do it, I started to be able to sell my lyrics, and that's so I was a ghostwriter. I'm also on NDAs till one of them actually comes up this March, like less than a month. I could be able to talk to who I've written for, but NDAs for the amount of tracks I was writing, I was selling them, leasing some of them, and then actually selling rights to outright, completely have them. But I started to write essays for basically bullshit purposes. So I would sit and I would do research and write it down. Now my partner at the time, my homeboy, one of my best friends, Josh, at the time, like I said, we're still friends, but he did meth. Let me tell you something. Meth is a hell of a drug. So when I found out he did meth, we kind of separated ways. Not trying to put his business out there. It's public anyway. But he would just talk without research. Does that make sense? So like he would never research a subject. He just had an opinion. So that our group name eventually became Thesis and Theory. And it was because my mom was like, this motherfucker over here spitting theories. Meanwhile, you're trying to prove the shit via thesis. So it was my mom literally making fun of us. Now I was like,
you stuck with your hip hop name that you used the whole time till now. You still utilize that name.
I had to. So from when we broke up, when TNT broke up, it was TNT, Thesis and Theory.
Oh, that's cute. Y'all got matching tattoos too?
Yeah, we did. No, that's a true story. We did. Yeah, we did right here. Fucking bro. But when we got signed, like it was a legitimate, serious, like legitimate deal. Like this is a legitimate deal out of Chicago, City Slicker Entertainment, out of Minneapolis, Nocturnal Entertainment, excuse me, was the management company. But we weren't being put on. So they would pay us the money and we would do like a 3-minute set, which is garbage. Like, bro, like you guys are paying us the same as they are. Put us on. Like, well, no, you guys are on the back burner because you just got signed. These guys are we've already had money and time invested into them. Like, long story short is when we split up, when I found out he was, doing meth and shit, they wanted like 200 grand or something ridiculous to buy my name back. Just Thesis, period. Just, Thesis. So that's when I had to change it to Thesis himself, plus to get the stigma away from my previous group. Does that make sense?
It does make a lot of sense. It's funny you say about music and whatnot. I tried to dabble in music a little bit. My brother was far better at it than I was, but after his passing, I said, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of music bit. And some of my videos recently, I've been inserting some of that music because it's not copywritten. Figure why not? Why not try it? It makes good film music building. But I went by Iceberg for a long time. But being the philosophizer that I am and the in-depth thing with names meaning things, Iceberg was very, very important to me because the iceberg sunk the Titanic, something that was unsinkable, it sunk it. And why did it sink it? Because you only saw 10% of it. 10% revealed, 90% concealed. And I dropped Iceberg, and I'm glad I did, because could you imagine vaping with Iceberg?
That shit sounds hilarious. It would make me think of menthol. This motherfucker makes a
best profile RDA design with Wodafone and Iceberg.
Although, to be fair, your logo would have been dope.
Yeah, it probably would have. Oh. But it was just one of those things that I chose to drop off, and because I no longer live that 90% concealed life, I felt if you were concealing something, you were hiding something. You were afraid to expose everything that you were.
I want to touch on that because this is something that really touches me deep in a sexual way. That's a joke. But something you say all the time about being, all out there. There's a lot of lessons to be learned. I'm curious on Batman's perspective of this, because it's not always a good thing. Especially if you have haters who like message you on some real like come at your life, like know your kids' names, they know the school they go to type shit. And that just happened to me recently. That was a few weekends ago. It was like maybe 2 weekends ago when that happened to me. And I was like, y'all are fucking crazy.
Well, see, I don't hide my family from my social media at all. Like, everybody knows my son's name, Stephen, Little Joy, Alyssa, Marissa, Madison.
Me neither. That was the problem.
Like, I don't hide that from anybody for one simple reason is I'm proud of them. If you think vaping means something to me and my profile is an accomplishment, my greatest accomplishment on this planet has been my children and my family. You can attack me as an individual. You can attack my family as you want. The minute that threat becomes a valid threat, we will address that threat accordingly. 100%. And I don't hide them because I want them to understand. I want them to believe in me and to have trust in me. If I had to hide them and shelter them, my children will be the perception that, well, daddy's afraid that he may not be able to defend us, or he's afraid that he may not be able to stand up.
But that's because you can look at it totally differently. I don't hide my children, but I don't say like I stopped using their legitimate names, their government names, and I stopped like talking about school, for example, because they never asked to be on my YouTube channel. So I took all the videos with them in it out, also because it's a vape channel. Because they never asked for it. And my youngest, come to find out, I was like, Dad, I really don't want to be YouTube famous. I don't want to be on social media.
I mean, this ain't fame to me. Batman, you don't consider this fame, do you?
No. Well, the video he had 166,000 views on it. It was a bounce house video. And I didn't know he didn't want to. And I want to respect, his wishes. My oldest, he don't give a fuck. That motherfucker's gonna be a scientist anyway. So
I'm curious on Batman's take on this.
Me too, but he just walked away. He's fuck both these dudes.
I had to grab some water, man. Damn, come on, give me a break.
So, Batman, what's your take on it? Do you keep your family shielded from this? I understand vaping is 18 and up, and you not supposed to have any children on your content and so forth. But I mean, on your social media, you've been open with who you are and sharing personal moments in your home on video and film.
Yeah, and and the thing is, like, I've explained it, and a lot of people that have been following me for a long time know I don't hide my family. I don't hide my kids.
Nope.
You guys see it. Just a few minutes ago, you see both of my daughters. They came over to visit me. I mean, hell, they jumped in. They didn't show their face, but they give me a kiss on camera. I don't hide my family because
No, should you?
No, because you know what? At the end of the day, and I have this perfect expression right here, which a lot of people need to grasp this reality. This is the way that I look at things. Let's say right now, watching this live, we have 1 million folks boosting us, making us feel, oh, I'm important. I got 1 million people watching me. I got 1 million people following me. The moment you turn off that camera and I go like this,
Yep.
Guess what? I'm in a room all by myself.
Yep.
How valid is it?
Dude, I
mean,
can't.
Tell me it doesn't get them. I mean, it is what it is, you know? And
that what you just said.
I've learned from the street. I've had motherfuckers do or die, motherfuckers that legitimately would have pulled the trigger if I needed it. But there was only a few of those. The majority of the biggest crowd that were always with me, when I've seen myself at the worst, guess what? They all put their tail between their legs and walk away. You know what? I'm good with what I do right here. I stand alone and ain't got a problem with it.
Yep.
I respect that. And Thesis, I want to let you know a little insight of how I see things. But I read people a lot. You've been doing this a long time, man.
Yep.
You've been a solo act since I can go back and see.
Yep.
You may go be on other people's shows, may go do other little things, but you're a solo act. You stand by yourself, whether you're choosing to or not.
Yep.
The fact that you are is something I can relate to and something I can appreciate. I want the same for me. I don't want to be dependent of somebody else to be who I am today. If you do so, you're going to be let down. You know, I'm like Batman. When I shut this camera off and it's time for family, dude, even if something came up right now that somebody knocked on my door, say, hey, man, I need you. Dude, I'm done. No sorry, no apologies, nothing. You know, the rally in D.C., I got a lot of flack because I didn't make that. Life happens. And I told people, I said, I'm not going to tell you I'm sorry that I didn't make it to D.C. Life happens. I'm not going to apologize for that. It's life.
The one I got him a lot of flack for was when I was like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. They're like, no, you're sorry that you didn't go. I'm like, no. I'm aside from YouTube, like I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like me and my kids, we sit down, we do homework together. I fucking sit there, I go to my kids at school and I'm like, hey, so what is he fucking up in? What is he not fucking up in? What can we reward him for? So like I'm there because I want that. To me, if I invented a product, if I invented the profile and sold 1 billion RDAs, that means nothing to me in comparison to what my marriage and what my kids mean to me.
Absolutely, man.
End of sentence. If I care more about what my old man thinks or what my parents think, what my wife thinks, if my kids aren't proud of me, nothing else really matters. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate to that 100%. But the whole by yourself thing, my whole journey, as many people have come to me with offers. There was one where I almost took it up. I've been called a piece of shit and an asshole because I wouldn't partner up with people. It has nothing to do with me having disrespect. I can respect you all I want. At the same time, I don't know what your intentions are, and I don't know what your work ethic is like, and I don't know if you're consistent. I don't know any of those things. You could be my best friend, but ever since that time in that hip hop group, that whole situation, that taught me a lesson. Friends are very few, far and in between, but family is always going to be there for the most part.
You know the one expression my daddy always had, and my dad always had a funny way, because you'll hear it a bunch of times where I'll say, my daddy used to say this, my daddy used to say that. Kind of sound like the water boy and his mama. But my dad, my dad came from the street, you know. He grew up rough life when he was young in Puerto Rico, moved over here, living here in Pennsylvania, and my dad was a street guy. I didn't know my dad's history until I was about 24, and somebody broke me down and was like, look, I know your daddy from back when he was 20 years old. Your dad was nobody fucking nice. Like I'm looking at my dad like the nicest fucking guy in the world, and here I'm finding out that, damn, hold on, he was fucking ruthless.
Yep.
Well, my dad had this one saying that we never let go when it comes about friends. A friend is that last dollar in your pocket. You spend that dollar, your friends are gone.
Yep.
And
That's
tell
true,
me that you like it.
man. Damn, thank you for sharing that, brother, because that's deep. And I'll shot you some messages in private. You like, man, that's real. That's real. I'm gonna acknowledge the fact right now. What your dad just said is something I needed to hear. Because for a long time, I had a hard time understanding that. Like, hey, when we were out in the club and buying up the bar and buying everybody drinks, everybody was your best friend. But you stop buying the drinks and you stop buying people food and taking them out to eat and barbecuing T-bone steaks at 3 o'clock in the morning, people stop coming around.
You spend that last dollar, you just lost your last friend.
The best thing my old man's ever taught me, he said, there's no such thing as friends. He said, the only real friend you've got is the one you come home to at night. And he's like, if you live by yourself, that's it. That's it. And it's you. It's you. Or say it's your wife. You come home, your wife has been ride or die. Me and Manny have had some real fucked up situations with our relationship, real fucked up problems. Who hasn't? Yeah. There's been times where I thought I was right, bro, and I took it to the brink of like, you know what? I'm going to sleep on the couch, and I want your shit gone. And it didn't happen, and I thank God that it didn't happen. But she has been ride or die since day one, as pissed off as I can get at her, believe me, and as mad as she can get at me. She's been there. So she's proven herself. She's put time in. Nobody's ever been willing to do that for me. If you fuck up one time and all of a sudden, bam, it's a fight. Next thing you know, you don't talk for 6 months. That's not a friend. End of sentence. That's someone who they thought they can benefit off of you, and vice versa. I've been guilty of it. And nobody can say they haven't. And even at the time, you don't even realize that that's what you're doing. But that's the case.
The people that I see are my best of friends or closest of friends. I don't even call them friends. I call them brothers and family. It's people like Twisted. We don't see each other every day. I could walk down there and see him every day if I wanted to. But if I seen him every day, something was wrong. We're so busy living our own lives, doing what we do. We don't have to see each other every day to know, hey, nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. We still good. We're just busy doing our own thing in our own lanes, maintaining ourselves, growing as we are. He knows if he needs me, he can call me. Same for either one of you guys. If you need me, call me. You got my number. That's why you have my number.
Tell that motherfucker I said I'm mad at him and I'll pinch that motherfucker. Bro, he's changed his number 6 times. He fucking
dude, he don't change his number. He don't.
I know. He just ignores me. That's all.
No, dude, don't feel bad. He's just like me. I don't have any notifications on my phone. The only way you can get me is if you call me.
That's not my
text messages. I may go a day without seeing the text message, 2 days without seeing the text message.
I know. I hit you up that one Saturday, like, hey, bro, I just saw this today. I'm like,
and you got me what on Sunday? I replied back.
Yeah. Which I'm the same way. Like when I'm building a closet, like I'm building a closet for Mandy right now. So like everyone's mad that I'm not in the chat or like on social media. I've been sick for one, but most important, like I need to make sure that bitch is happy. Like if Mandy ain't happy.
So you're saying you came out of the closet for the show?
I came out the closet for the show. I was holding a pistol and everything. I had a nail gun. I had a fucking strap on. I was like, let's do this.
Nah, man, I think that needs to be more. People need to understand that this YouTube thing, it's just YouTube, man. Everybody's concerned and scared to death if it goes somewhere. What happens with YouTube? What happens with YouTube? You adapt, you overcome.
I was going to say, like, listen, Thesis himself as a personality on the internet has been around since Tagged, before MySpace. This is my income. This is my job. But at the same time, vaping is don't get me wrong. Vaping is like my shit. That's my life. That's my bloodline. That's how I make my money. But it's not, that's not my end all be all. If vaping went away today, Thesis himself, me personally, boom, youtube.com/Thesis himself or Paper Plate Mafia on Instagram. It's bougie food on a paper plate budget. Bitch, that's how I've lived my whole life. I got an expensive ass taste and I'm broke. Do you know what the fuck that's like?
Yeah. You got some of the best followers, though. I'm going to take a time out real quick because I see you in chat.
That's my boys. And Yanni and Chris, big shout out to you motherfuckers.
Yes, Yanni. And I still have the letter. I want you to know I do appreciate the RDA. I could have went and bought it myself. I was being cheap. But the RDA is sweet. I appreciate the justice, so are the coils. But the most important part to me is the letter contained within. I promise you today, 2/21/2020, the day they put the dirt on my chest, you can ask my wife for this letter and she's going to have it. This to me is the most important thing that I got out of that whole package. One, the way she had it folded up like a heart. I can't even fold it back up like that, but it was all folded up in a heart. Really, really cool. I want to thank you so much for that. It means the absolute world to me for you to do so. I appreciate the gesture of the RDA, but take that away from it. The words contained within that letter mean the absolute world to me. Thank you, all of Thesis's followers. I appreciate y'all 100%. Like, no doubt about it. You guys are welcome here anytime. Catch in on the chat, hang out, do whatever. Just know that them kind of acts right there. The letter means more than any of the materialistic things.
Here, look at this. Is just from this year, as in 2020. This one's from 2019, but just from 20. Look, I keep every letter that is sent to me. I might not have half the mods because they broke this, that, the other. I might not have the shit that costs money. To me, this is the shit that means more than it. Like, I will keep this stuff because one day my kids are gonna go through my shit, right? They're gonna go through my shit. And like, Dad, what's this? I'm like, these are people who looked up to your fucking old man jerking off on goddamn YouTube. It's someone got a hold of a picture of me and my brother. God rest his soul. Someone got a hold of the picture of me and my brother. I posted this on a chat on Patreon a long time ago, right after, well, a year ago after he committed suicide. I don't even remember posting this, and I thought I had deleted it, but somebody screenshotted it, printed it off, and sent it in a fucking what is that called when you have to sign for a envelope, like a certified mail?
Yeah.
Sent it certified mail with attached a letter. This person doesn't know my fucking brother from anybody. That's my brother and I, and they fucking sent that shit in. They didn't have to. Is the bottom line. That to me means more, 1,000 times more than anything else. Bro, man, hold on.
Batman, I'm out. Time out real quick. Joel Ortiz, much love, fellas. Batman, what's up? And gave the Big Gun Show.
All right.
Thank you for the $2 donation. We appreciate that. I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna have you guys on here more often. I got a super chat.
This type of shit. My boy Tim, this is all my brother's accomplishments in the military. It's mixed with my accomplishments. This dude went as far as to hit up the dude on the History Channel. I forget his name. I always forget his name. Who got my brother's entire awards, his records, all that stuff in the military, and then put that shit together, got screen printed. He didn't have to do none of that's worth money. That to me is worth so much more. Marty Rose out of New York fucking spent time and individually placed. So I don't know if you can see that it's a mosaic with my ugly ass face with a goddamn Joe Dirt beard, right? with a Mr.JustRight one beard with a
hey,
knockoff.
Come on now.
Well, this one's a knockoff. Don't get me wrong. It barely connects on this side. So, but individual like that type of shit will stay with me my whole life.
Absolutely.
When the mods are broken, when the fucking liquid is gone, when the batteries don't charge anymore, this will still be there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Hey, man, I imagine you got a treasure trove of stuff like that too.
I get a bunch of stuff from.
If you could pick one thing right now that stands out to you the most, what is it going to be? Something that somebody sent you, you just say, you know what, I like that one. Thank you up, hit me up official. What's going on? I see the little sticker hanging out with you guys. Thank you for that. True Vapor, $2. I have respect for all of you. Stay true to yourself. Thank you. Texas Mama, $1.99. Much love to you. I remember meeting you in San Antonio. Yes, ma'am, I do. Good bit. ID Voca, my online nemesis, the supreme leader, captain of the intergalactic hemoist force. ID Voca, the one and only in chat. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
I got a bunch of stuff now. Have I really I'll look at everything and be like, that's awesome. A lot of what I get, like this right here, that it hangs off the top of here. It's a simple keychain, but we see what it is. I don't want no copyright and shit, but I mean, it's a keychain. We see what it is. Like a lot of people send me memorabilia like this, and I've explained like the Batman movies. I don't even watch that shit. There you go.
So check this out. I'm not trying to steal anyone's thunder or spotlight. The number one thing when you just ask Batman, I'm sorry, keep going, Batman, keep going.
No, go ahead.
So the first time I ever received real life hater mail, it was 2 times, but this one in particular really struck me, and I was almost offended because I wanted to go and sell them on Mercari. Turns out you can't sell sex toys on Mercari. So I open up a package and it's anonymous, and it says, "I hope you enjoy your butt plug, you butt plug. I fucking hate you," something along those lines. I opened it up and it was a set of trainer butt plugs and a vibrator, like a finger vibrator. And here it is. I've got them in my snake cage. They're like little pillars in my snake's cage. And that was probably the most
Did you just go get that from your snake's cage? And you have a snake?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't watch that on Instagram? Bro, that shit got put up and blown up. Like I scared because I got Mandy a snake for Valentine's Day. She ate snakes. I thought it was funny.
What kind of snake is it?
Oh, I hate snakes
Batman,
too.
I've seen that, brother.
Bro, that shit goes hard as fuck. What
Batman,
is
that is probably one of the cleanest boxes I don't have any lipo mods. I haven't rocked lipo in a long time. But when I seen that mod you had right there, I was like, dude, that's pretty damn dope. What's the gentleman's name that made that?
It's JW Customs. You can look him up on Facebook, JW Customs. I've never seen his work. I don't know how, because like I have certain lipo mod builders in the US that I hold like up here, which is Igor from Bro Science Vapes, Damien from Subo Mods. He's down there in Florida, and you know the boxer mod. I love the boxer mod, the boxer lipo. I love it. But when it comes to modders that did stuff like this, the one Mad Water was another one that I respected his work, man. You have no choice but to respect their work. Well, one of the guys, you know, he's a subscriber, and he's also in my Facebook group. He hit me up and he was like, "Batman, I want to send you something, and just an appreciation for everything you do. You don't ask for nothing. You don't have a Patreon. Like, you don't get no kind of financial benefit from what you do." And he was like, "And you put in a lot of time. You could tell by the quality of your videos and everything." So he was like, "I want to send you something." So that's what he sent me. He sent me the mod, and he told me, you know, it wasn't for review. It was for me personally. So he actually did with my new logo, the "Come on, get you some." And then, you know, eyebrows on fleek all day, baby. He went with my mug on the back.
What I want to know is how much Photoshop they have to do to that image to make it look that good.
Shit, that's natural, baby. You know that.
Thesis, I want to tell you right now, dude, you are crazy. There's no way in hell I'm going to have a snake in my house as a pet.
Bro, I didn't want them either. It was for an Instagram video, and it was great. But the problem is now I'm stuck with a motherfucking snake. Oh,
you ain't stuck with it. You can sell it.
No, I can't. My nephew gave him to me, so it's like I hate snakes.
Give it back to your nephew.
He don't want it back. He's like, "I'm trying to get rid of the snake," and I'm like, "Well, it'd be a funny Instagram video because Mandy getting mad is hilarious."
No, I've met your wife. She's taller than you. I don't know why you like pissing her off so much.
Oh, I don't know either, bro. I'm a glutton.
Batman, have you met his wife?
Yeah, he did.
I've seen her.
Yeah, she's a very, very nice one. I met her twice already. I got to talk to her more. I got to talk to Thesis. The 2 times I've got to meet him. Oh, she's taller than Thesis. I think my son would crack jokes on you all day for that, Thesis, by the way.
It's the truth. Oh shit! No, don't do that. Don't do that, Snake. Come on, I don't know how to get you back.
But yeah, no snakes for me, man.
Look at his body. It goes through. I don't know why he likes electronics so much.
It's warm.
It's 110 degrees in his cage. My nephew
Put him
got
back in
mad.
the cage. Do me that favor. Give me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Hey, he's holding the snake. That's crazy.
I can't do the snakes.
Batman, that's a beautiful mod you have there, man. I got a couple pieces like that they're put away in the vape vault right now. But
I mean, I fully reviewed it. You know, it wasn't even sent to me for review. But when I saw it, I said, yeah, this is something that I'm gonna promote. I took it upon myself to promote this lipo mod builder. I mean, if you really want to get into detail with it, anybody looking at it like, damn, you know, that's a nice box, you can check out on my YouTube channel. It is a 4S lipo DNA 250C Look at the wiring, dude. And in the video, like I put it all the way up against my macro lens so you could see how clean the entire box is. Dude, that is fucking clean. That's clean.
Can I show you one I built? Oh, Joe, you saw the one I built for Twisted in real life.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the Qbert one.
The Qbert, yeah.
That's thank you, bro.
You can be mad at him all you want, but he really does enjoy that mod. He's got it put up. He's got a little corner of mods. And dude, you would think over the years he would just be plastered with mods that he's had that he really cherishes. High dollar pieces, meteorite mods or whatever, and $1,000 dot mods. No. He's got like 6 mods in that corner that mean the world to him, dude. Like they're there. He knows where they're at. He can go grab them. Your little Qbert mod is one of them that he has over there in that corner.
Man, that means a lot to me. No, and the only reason why I'm not even mad. I'm just like, I wish.
No,
you
said it. You're mad.
No, I'm not mad.
No, you're mad. It's okay. Look, you're mad. No, you're mad. It's okay.
No, let me just say it. My feelings are hurt. How's that? Because me and Twisted, I started because I watched Twisted before Twisted was vaping with Twisted. I watched Twisted when he was in a speaker, when he would do stupid skits that were not funny. And I told him to his face, I'm like, that's not fun. I commented, that's not funny. Stop doing that dumb shit. And he would, now that I watched the ones, just like, I don't know, in the past year or two, I watched some old vaping with, or some old Twisted Child videos. They were hilarious. But when I saw him transition into vape, I'm like, oh, I've already got a vape channel. It's called the Vape Advisor. I'm going to tell him to watch that shit. And there was no content. But he took time and did it. He took time and he checked the channel out, even though it didn't really exist at that point. So like, Twisted's a good dude. And I don't think any people talk shit. And I don't understand. And I mean, other reviewers talk shit. And it hurts my feelings. Like, you guys need to show a little bit of respect for at least some of the people who broke the ground. Like, they gave a platform to vaping that didn't exist. And I'm even including that chick, Claudia, who was a crackhead at fucking truck stops. That bitch was reviewing like shit that didn't exist, like from China at truck stops in 2010. Nobody gave that bitch credit. Shout out to crackhead Claudia.
One thing about Richard, man, that I got to say this, and I call him Richard. He's my brother, man. I can do that. He's done so much for me and my family. Dude, the TV in my living room, I would have never dropped the kind of coin that he paid for that television. And he gave it to me. And I told him, dude, you don't have to give me that TV, bro. You don't have to do that, man. Like, I'll buy it from you. He said, no, man. He said, I give it to you because you appreciate it. I never asked him for it. Right? But he says, you appreciate it. He said, I can give you a keychain and you're going to appreciate the keychain as much as you do a $10,000 television. And then a couple months later, he gives me a $4,000 Dolby Atmos surround sound that matches the TV. He's like, here, you can have it, bro. And I'm like, dude, I felt bad because I don't want people to think, oh, he just using Richard for this or using Richard for that. No, it's not like that, man. I never asked him for a thing. He gives it to me, and I reject it time and time again.
Here's the difference. I bet you and Batman do this. If someone's never asked me for something, I'm gonna make their package fat as fuck.
Yeah.
If they win a giveaway and they've never asked me for something, I'm like, oh, you're gonna get some cool shit.
That's the number one rule with me, man. I'll give you anything in the world I got. But if you ask me for something, you're probably not going to get nothing from me.
Well, true. But if someone, I'll give you an example. There's this dude named Aeko, Aeko or something spelled like that on Patreon who's never said a word to me. He won't even reply to my messages. Not even on Patreon. But he's been my Patreon since the day I became a Patreon member. Over 24 months. That person has never asked me for anything. They've never asked for a barrage, not a fucking autographed t-shirt. They didn't ask me for what my farts smell like. Nothing. In fact, they won't even reply to my messages. However, if that motherfucker said, hey, bro, can I get a barrage and I'll pay for it? And I'm like, you know what? You get 3 barrages.
Yeah, that's a different story. That's a different story. But like, say I'm showing this off and somebody says, oh, man, that's a cool topside light. I wish I had one. Can I have it when you're done with it? Dude, you're off the list automatically.
Yeah,
like, you just disqualified yourself already.
Right.
I'll give you anything. Like, somebody can say, man, that's a nice mod. And I'm going to make mental note of it. And then when I'm done parting ways with this, they'd shoot it their way or something. Or I may go order them one and send it to them just because they complimented something I had.
Yep. This dude, Jeremy Furman.
That's why I
super
compliment
nice.
everybody on their J's. Man, those are some nice J's. Those are some nice J's. Those are some nice J's. Those are some nice J's.
I tell people the same shit about their Lambos. I'm like, yo, bro, that
Lambo's sick.
Yeah, that shit's dope. Just in case they get rid of it. Like, hey, you know, I think Thesis really like my Lambo. I think he might appreciate it. I'm like, hey, I'll appreciate it. I'll appreciate it right now. I'll pay shipping too. Damn, that's
guys, we're rounding up on the 8 o'clock hour. And again, this was just a chit chat, man. Just three guys hanging out, shooting the shit. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's not driven by motive or anything other than to hang out with two people I consider friends, brothers.
You know what? I got something. I got a question.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And this is gonna be a good one.
Okay, here we go. I like these kind of things.
And this come because of an incident that happened to me in my living room yesterday.
Oh shit.
If you talk about me falling out of the bathtub or the shower, we're gonna have a problem.
Nope. He wasn't in my living room yesterday. Okay, what do you do if you walk into, you know, everybody has to have that smart TV where YouTube's hooked up to it, I'm pretty sure by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You walk into your living room and your kids got YouTube kids pulled up and they're watching Super Bloke.
Whoa! Shit, son.
Yeah.
So this has come up.
I walked into my living room yesterday and I went up from here to grab something out the fridge, and I open up the fridge and you gotta be kidding me. And I go over and I don't know how my daughter found it, but she was actually the ABC one.
Wait, so you found it organically? Or they found it
I guess, yeah. Well, my little girl had it on. So
you found it on accident?
No, my daughter, she was watching it when I went upstairs. I went upstairs to grab something to drink and she had it up on YouTube. So I sit on the couch behind her and I'm watching her. My little girl's 8 and she's just watching the video just because she'll scroll through YouTube. And I'm looking and my wife is there and I'm like, you got to be shitting me. My wife was like, well, what's that? I was like, well, come downstairs with me and I'll show you what it is. So down here, I pulled up one of Rip Tripper's videos. And my wife, she turned around. She said, you know what? Don't even say nothing to the girl. If she's watching the videos, you know, he ain't saying nothing wrong. If she's watching it, let her be. So what would you do if you walked into your living room and Super Bloke was playing on the TV?
I'd sit down and partake with my son singing the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s,
yep,
the wheels on the bus, and every bit of it. Why? Because I'm a family man.
Yep.
Well, anything my boy's into, I'm into. You seen the Batman before we went live. You heard him screaming in the bedroom, Dad, Dad. Got up, went and looked at him, he was excited, happy as can be. He's my everything, man. My children are my greatest accomplishment. They don't know the difference between the gentleman and that. And for him to go do that, I tip my hat to the gentleman because he's able to do something creatively to overcome any obstacle or task that's put before us. Shows our abilities to adapt as men. One's ability to do that means one will never be dependent of another. They'll always be able to overcome.
You know, one thing that I looked at, go pull up his videos and look at the views per video.
Dude, it's pretty ridiculous. That's you know what this is right here, right? So here's what I would do the same thing. I would partake. I would say nothing. People are mad at Rip Trippers. Why? He's doing him, and you're mad at him doing him?
They're not mad at him doing him. They're mad because they don't have the ability to do what he's doing. Right. They don't have the mindset. They doubt themselves. That's what they're mad about.
And he's not even that smart. I've had that idea. I bet Joel's had that idea. I bet Batman's had that idea. You've had that idea, and they've had that idea. Guess what? Rip Trippers acted on it.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
He's willing to put it aside to do what it takes to make it. Somebody asked me, what are you going to do, man, if vaping goes away, Joel? What are you going to do if all this goes away?
Act like that.
I'm going to do whatever the hell I have to do to make it. You know, and I said this in a comment, and I'll stand by this statement. The man going to make a lot of money doing what he's doing.
Good.
I've done far worse for far less. It's no secret. I sold dope in a previous time of my life. I sold dope. I took penitentiary chances for minimal pay compared to what that gentleman's going to be knocking down, doing something 100% legal. He's a good father. You don't think his children enjoy those videos?
You don't think his kids enjoy that?
Love those videos.
Scholarship money he's got banking in the background, motherfucker. Like that's some real shit. And then people get mad over the fact that he's doing that. Oh, he's a fucking cash grab. Good, bro. Like I fucking hope so.
You know what I would do if I was him, and just by a shot in hell, Rip Trippers, you watching this right now? You catch this later on. Personal advice from me, because of looking after I seen how many views you're getting per video, and you caught the attention of my 8-year-old. My 8-year-old is fucking picky, and she was watching your video yesterday. I would go back and I would delete the Rip Trippers channel.
Amen, go straight kids, 100%.
I would delete it, delete the video,
because it's gonna do nothing but cause conflict
and stick with the kids.
It's gonna cause nothing but conflict.
Wait a minute. Batman, we agree, but we also disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes us human. We don't lose no love lost here. I don't think he should delete his YouTube channel.
He's going to jeopardize the kids one, though.
It shows the fact that we are human beings. We have lives away from this as well. He's a family man. He's a father. One's ability to create content. Even if you're putting up a review on YouTube, we may view it as reviews. The community sees it as a review, but at the end of the day, you go under your tab. It is a creator, YouTube creator.
No, but this is why. This is what could hurt him. This is what could hurt him.
Yeah.
You know how the internet now, all you have to give somebody is a reason.
Not even
to nitpick at you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if one of these parents happen to run by. They're okay. Damn, my kid's buying Super Bloke, and let's say a year or two from now, you got Super Bloke. You go to Walmart and you find a Super Bloke doll, or parents are ordering this stuff. Okay, now the parents investing money in somebody that's educating their kids, but somehow in a crazy shot in hell, one of Rip Tripper's videos pops up, and the parents catch a hold of that and hear the whole smooth as a porn star's ass.
Boom.
Or hits like a truck full of dildos.
Boom.
Or them other crazy sayings he had. I understand that, but hey, right there is a reason for the
but on the other side of the coin, though, that would be no different than Disney going back and deleting all their programs and shows that have teen stars that were made on Disney Channel that went on to do super successful things in a different lifestyle.
Also, Disney were deleting all the racial shit from the Native Americans and the blackface. But
so I mean, it'd be to that level. I don't think he should. I think it's wrong for the community to attack the gentleman for doing what has to be done for his family. He's a family man.
No,
are you guys going to delete me to know that whenever my son gets out of the shower and he needs help drying off, we do the wiggle, and I'm drying him off, shaking his head. We do it every time he gets out of the shower. It's our thing. Are y'all going to delete my YouTube channel because I tell the world that my son gets out of the shower and I dry him off and go wiggle?
I just tell my kids, hey, yo, put your dick away, bro. That's about it.
I understand the concern there, Batman, and you're right. It's a valid concern to have. Yep. But that shows the simple-mindedness of the individual behind that. Me, if I walk into Walmart and see a Super Bloke toy, I'm gonna buy that Super Bloke toy. You know why?
Yeah, that's a collector to me personally. That's crazy.
Exactly. And love it or hate the guy and his YouTube adventures and world or whatever.
Why do people hate him?
I cannot take it from the gentleman at all 100%. That the day he dropped a profile video, I've been lying to you. I watched Mike Vape. Dude. I watched Vaping with Twisted 420. The most important one to me was Twisted 420. That's my brother. Yeah. Knew him for a long time. So to see that made my day.
But your video made my fucking month, bro. You have no idea.
Rip Trippers, Twisted, all the names in the industry, all the greats. Dude, I cried every one of them videos. I shed a tear from my eye to see an idea that was contained within his head is now on this platform by people that I've looked up to for so damn long. You know, even him, I don't agree with all his antics and tactics and ways, and may have felt certain ways towards him, but to deny the fact that video changed not only my life, it changed my children's future. Ooh, and for that, I am forever appreciative, humble, and thankful.
It's like if when I first saw the Rip thing, Super Bloke thing, I was like, damn, hold on, wait a minute, because I mean, this is what we do. So yes, we're quick to judge, we're quick to criticize. But now seeing my little one watching it, and I'm like, okay, she's into it. She may be a little bit too old to watch little ABCs, but I mean, she was into it. I'd rather watch that than have her watching a Cardi B video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming down to it.
Although I do expose my kids to like Snow the Product and shit. Like they gotta know that the world is real. They can't be nerfed. You know what I mean? You can't protect them.
With my wife, and I told my wife, after she come down here and pulled up with the Rip Trippers videos, and she asked me, she said, "How do you feel about it now, knowing that we got one upstairs watching him?" I was like, you know what? I'm good with it. Whatever. My little one, I sat and watched the video with her. And he really didn't say nothing crazy. I mean, he's goofy as hell. We look at him because we know who he is. So we look at him as being goofy. Well, he's fucking smart. He's
but in their mind frame, bro, they don't know any other.
8-year-old.
So let me.
But look at the gap it can bridge too. Look at the gap that the one side of it can be held against some people talking about it, but also it can bridge the gap in saying that it's not bad for children. He made a conscious decision to live a healthier lifestyle and decided to start vaping. He educated millions and masses with his videos. I can't take it from him. He educated me in coil building when I first was wanting to get like in a real hobbyist side of it. But to him to go do the child's thing and do it on a totally different platform, YouTube, but a totally different sector of YouTube made for children, that he was able to make a conscious decision to be a better man for his child.
Perfect example for fellas our age. I mean, I don't know. Thesis, he a little youngin', but for us older folks, and I brought this up, and a lot of people were like, "Wow, yeah." I wonder what your parents are thinking when we were 5, 6, 7 years old watching Pee Wee Herman, and our parents found out before us that Pee Wee Herman, one of the biggest child shows. The movies he put out, what they sold, and he was caught jacking off in a porn theater or adult theater or whatever it was. This is it's like kind of like the same concept. That's why I'm saying I can sit here and be like, okay, Rip, he just did vaping. He wasn't caught doing the crazy shit Pee Wee Herman was doing. Dude, I remember Saturday.
But it wasn't even crazy. Like
it's human nature. It just shows that we're human.
Yeah, I was gonna say my old man was like, the motherfucker was jerking off to a porno. What you supposed to do to a porno? I'm like, oh, I wonder what happens next there, Like, what you supposed to do, bro? Like he was
shit.
That's like having a
You're right, man. You're right. It's not like a super chat. Let me go back and find that real quick because somebody did drop a super chat, and I want to make sure I acknowledge that. That's good shit. They said Twisted Heck said you should have this show once a month with you three and Twisted, real people. Much love, guys. You all rock, man. Twisted Hex, thank you. You rock.
Big shout out to Cody.
You guys keep dropping super chats like that. I'm gonna make these guys come back once a month if they want to or not.
Hey, Twisted Hex is my Patreon. That motherfucker doesn't drop goddamn super chats on my shit. But big shout out to Cody. Twisted Hex, you're an amazing person. I do gotta say your football team is garbage. Skull Vikings, fuck the Packers. I'm sweaty, you can see it. For the longest time,
thank y'all for coming to hang out with me, man. I appreciate that a lot. This offer has been extended before and it's never been capitalized on. And people always give me shit every Friday night. Like, when you can have somebody on the show? When you can have somebody on the show?
I've hit you up. I was like, hey, where's the link?
I know you have. I know you have, but it's always been like something didn't work out or whatever. But for me to extend the offer to both of you guys and both of you guys accept, I appreciate that.
I didn't even accept. You never even replied. You're like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, hanging out with you. And that was it. That's the last time I heard about it. And then I see a Zoom link in my fucking text while I'm building Mandy's closet. But see, like, I was like, just in case, maybe Mandy's like, do you want to go out for dinner? I'm like, Joel might have me on.
Oh, no, don't put that on my shoulders. Maybe you want to go out for dinner. Don't do that. Don't you do that.
Hey, I made her fried pickles. She was happy camper, bro. Batman, I thought you were from Louisiana. Am I making this up in my head?
No, he frequents Louisiana and route to the offshore rigs.
Okay,
I was legitimately, I was born in Pennsylvania, but I went at a young age. We moved to me and my brother moved to Puerto Rico with my daddy. because when him and my mom split up, I was 4 years old. So it just turned around that I guess when we were that young, it affected myself and my brother so much that my mother, she just said, well, I'm gonna let him raise the boys. You know, I understand that has to be kind of hard for a mother to give up their kids
Yeah.
so that the father can be the one to raise them. But I thank her every day for doing it. So that's why when people ask me, Batman, where are you from? I'm from Puerto Rico, because my schooling, you know, everything elementary, middle school, high school, I graduated. All my schooling, my education is from Puerto Rico. So then, you know, I moved back. I live here in Pennsylvania. Now the Louisiana thing comes in because that's where I work. I got to fly back and forth to Louisiana because I work in the Gulf, oil rigs.
We got a big Louisiana following for whatever reason, the militia. A big shout out to Tina. She's the highest tier Patreon member, and she doesn't ask for anything. She sends me $1,000. This bitch is the fucking head of Firestone. I shouldn't say this loud. You guys know Firestone Tires, right? No, Firestone Tires.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the head of that entire region of the United States is the high tier on my Patreon. That's not me bragging. That's me just as surprised as everybody else. But Louisiana comes in hard as fuck for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
Vapors are dude, you know how many people I converted in Louisiana to become from smokers to vapors?
They're all, and they're all high end. Well, not I shouldn't say all of them, but every one of them, even the broke motherfuckers from New Orleans. Bro, I'm homeless, bro. All I need is some batteries. I'm like, but you got 6 purge mods. And they're like, well, I'll hook you up with the purge mod if you send out a couple $100 worth of batteries. Like, what the fuck is going on in Louisiana where they can afford this shit? Or maybe you don't want to talk about it.
So you had tiers on your Patreon?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the deal about the tier situation. I had moles going back to Jay Hayes' Patreon and starting to say shit, and then different other Patreons of other people saying shit, and people screenshotting. So I was like, all right, so we're going to whittle this down.
This is what I did with my Patreon, because I had tiers at one point in time. And oh, Batman, you don't even have a Patreon anymore. Salute.
Which is sad, because as soon as I found out you took it away, I'm like, I would love to be a Batman Patreon.
No, but you see, this, and you know, dude, I caught fucking heat over that.
I know. Dude, you are one of the most talked about non-Patreon YouTuber vapors that I've ever seen, period.
But you know, this was my thing with my Patreon, and I was very open with my patrons. I said, look, I feel like it's not fair, because you know,
why?
At the time I was on the rig 2 weeks, I was home only 1 week a month.
Okay.
So that when I come home for 1 week, literally it's 5 days, because 2 days of travel. So with those 5 days, I had to come home, bring all the stuff that I tested for 2 weeks from the rig, bring it home, record all those reviews, cram it into 5 days, plus my family time, plus my patron, and my, you know, I was neglecting my Patreon. I was neglecting them. You know, they had my Zoom room when I was home. I turn on the camera, I pop into Patreon. Look, I'm in Zoom. They come.
Here's the thing, though, is they know what they're signing up for, bro. Like, and that's just the truth. Listen, I'm not a Jay Hayes. I'm not a Twisted. I'm not a Grim Green. I can't physically put out that many videos and also watch my kids at the same time.
Yeah.
And my kids come first. Like, I'm not sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like, they come first. If my kids want to fucking play Run Away from Daddy or fucking Hulk Smash, that's what I'm gonna do. I would love to sit and edit 12 hours a day. I would love to. Like, that'd be great for me to record videos all day, but I don't have that luxury. Like, this is my job. Don't get it twisted. Like, YouTube and reviewing is my job. Me being online personality, that's my job. But I would rather be broke and be with my kids than have a bunch of money and not see them.
Can I ask you this question? Because you just said an online personality. Do you consider yourself, Thesis, as an online personality?
No, because that's me in real life. Like, I can't change. I'm not an actor. I can't swap.
Okay, so I just want to tell you, I respect that, because to me, you're not a personality.
No. But I say that because
I've seen you in person. You're the same person in real life as you are on camera anyway. Batshit crazy and all over the place. Like, you're here 1 second, the next minute, where the hell did it go? Somebody's gone. What the hell? But my Patreon, same thing, dude. I wanted it to be fair for everybody, so I did away with tiers. I made it one rate for everybody. Everybody's entitled to the same thing. Do I neglect my Patreons? Probably I do. I ain't gonna sit there and say I give them exclusive access or content, but I make myself so readily available and accessible via Discord all day long.
No. I give my dollar
Instagram.
tiers my phone number. My dollar, all the patrons get the same shit except for executive producers get an autograph barrage and a t-shirt. Other than that, like everyone's got my phone number.
Why would you autograph a barrage, dude? Don't destroy that beautiful packaging.
No. But I autograph t-shirts, I appreciate it. But it's probably a little stupid that I do. That's how I got butt plugs in the mail. As I give them my address, I don't have a PO box. I give them my address and my phone. Here's my phone number, my address. You want my firstborn social security number? Here's my social security number. Here's my credit report. They all get the same shit. It's just it's just certain people can afford certain shit, and they choose. It's a choice. They don't get nothing different. I love Tina with all my heart. She paid for my transmission in my truck. She didn't have to fucking do that, dude. She didn't have to fucking do that. But she's got my number just like anybody else.
Hey, Tina, look, I ain't got a transmission, but I do got some shoes and threads that kind of wear out on the bottom. Tell Firestone to hook me up with some new threads for the bottom of my shoes. We'll be all right.
That's my boy.
Guys, again, 8 o'clock is come and gone. I don't like to tie anybody up for no hour, 2 hours.
Hey, we just got started as far as
I know, man. I know, but that's the wonderful thing about it. If we leave now, we'll leave them wanting more. So in the future, when we do it again, we'll welcome them back.
I want more right now, Joel.
Well, we're going to cut the film off on YouTube.
Do you mind if I share my Zoom room in your chat?
Of course you can. Dude, what are you talking about?
Can I go live and then you guys come on my live?
But that was the one thing I did with my Patreon is my Patreon, when I closed my Patreon, I opened up my Zoom room to the public.
I'll say your Zoom room floats around a lot.
Right now, today, I don't care if it's on my personal Facebook, my Instagram. If you plastered on the side of my damn car with a bumper sticker, I don't give a shit. You don't have to ask me for permission to do anything.
No baby.
Same with you,
Thesis. You know what? I've gotten to meet a lot of people I didn't know who they were. Other people meet other people through my Zoom room. I mean, they go in there to hang out. It's a cool, drama-free. Like, I'm zero tolerance. You come in talking about this reviewer done this reviewer said that, I'm going to kick you the fuck out.
I'm not like that. I like to kick you out. If you talk shit about, if you're being malicious, that's different. But if you're gossiping, that's one thing. But if you're being like, fuck this person. So look, if I call right now on the militia chat on Instagram, everybody answers. I just to make a point, this is Australia. This dude's in Georgia. This one's in fucking Florida, of course, because he's Cuban. And then this one, not to be stereotypical, but it's the truth. And that one is in Florida as well. Melissa lives in Narnia. She doesn't actually live in a place that exists. She lives in what was the name of it, Melissa?
You're fucking stupid, bro.
It's Chincoteague. That shit sounds racist as fuck. Listen, say it again. What, Chincoteague?
Chincoteague.
Yeah, see, come on now. They own slaves there for sure.
You're so stupid, Diesel.
She sent me a map, bro. She sent me a map of some place called Delmarva. That doesn't exist. Delmarva, Pennsylvania? Oh, no.
Sure it exists. They made a map of it.
She fucking sent it. She's like, I don't live in Narnia, asshole. And then sent me a map of where she came from. I'm like, this is called White Woman. This one's called White Woman Come. This one's called Brown Stack Creek. That's not a real place, Melissa. This one's called Hunting Deer Town. What the fuck redneckery Alabama having shit is that?
I see Ian B in the chat. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Not just because Batman's on here, but Sabores del Canto. This stuff right here is amazing. If you pick up the Gorilla Custards or Gorilla Fruit, I highly suggest the Wild Berry. Batman, have you tried the other lineup, Batman, besides your stuff? Mm-hmm. Man, the fruits are on point.
I mean, before I had to come out with mine, I did know E and B for a while. I reviewed a couple of their e-liquids, and then the conversation come up with, about doing something that I had in mind. So why not go back to my roots? Let's go back to Puerto Rico and let's bring something different to the vape community.
So let me ask you this, Batman. What's your discount code on Sabores del Canto? What is your discount code?
It's FOWTB15.
Yes. Because mine is just right 15. I just want to make sure yours wasn't a greater discount than mine.
Mine is thesis isn't cool enough to have a discount code on this website.com 15. I want to know
the
that.
vaping militia out there, if you want, I'm gonna give you guys are more than welcome to use Just Right 15.
Just Right 15. Whatever. Fuck thesis. Whatever. He ain't got a mortgage.
Hey, thesis, we'll get out and we'll make that connection for you, man. I'm sure that Ms. Rose Gold would love to have something happen.
Let me ask a serious question now. With Batman, that's your liquid line, correct?
Yeah.
Are you making profit on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he said, yeah. That means a lot.
I like how he said that too. Yeah,
well, you can see that. You know what? I make profit on it.
He's like, you can see. I just bought a new Mac. It's on my left hand side, bro. You don't see it?
It's only right. It was something, and E&B, they pulled up the contract and they said, Batman, you're gonna make something off of this. We see time and time again how you got to be the one fucking person that hates money. But I more or less wanted to do it to give back. This is fucking personal to me because these are the flavors I grew up on. Like you ask anybody that's from Puerto Rico and they'll pinpoint tell you every flavor is like fucking hundreds and hundreds of years of tradition.
So this is what you grew up on, right? Yep. I wonder if they got like potted meat from the potted meat and the government cheese and the King vitamin.
Yeah. So get
that government food.
I wasn't even gonna say it.
ID Vodka said it right there. Is fucking confirmation. Sabores del Encanto is fucking worldwide, baby. I'm ID. Thank you. When your juices arrived in Dubai, it was sold out within 2 days.
Check this out. So I just want to say something that this is no offense to Asmos. Listen, Asmos did nothing but fuck me. So the amount of money I made on the barrage, can you guess, Mr. Just Right?
I'm gonna say what you should made or what you did make.
No, what I made.
That's not even a fair question for me to answer.
Okay. Batman, guess. I got a check in the mail for this amount. How much was this amount?
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know.
The Barrage is the #1 selling product, not RDA, not RTA, not mod. The #1 selling product Asmodus has ever had, and they told me that I sold none. So I'll tell you what I made. I made $1,500 total. A year of my time spent at 3:00 in the morning. Joel, you know what fucking time you wake up when you try to call China? 3 o'clock.
I don't go to sleep. My ID Voca, he's halfway around the world. He'll attest to it. I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning every day.
When I got a screenshot, when I got a photograph, what am I, 96? When I got a fucking picture on Instagram.
You got a Polaroid?
I got a Polaroid from someone who's working on a rig, whatever that means. Batman, I'm sure you have a better idea than I do, on a rig in the Antarctic. And they showed, those green mile markers? Mm-hmm. It was something like that, but it had, it was the latitude, longitude numbers. Uh-huh. With holding their topside dual and a black Barrage on their matte black topside dual, and it was midnight, but it was still light out because of the sun. However the fuck that works. It's fucking lives in Narnia with Melissa, and he took a picture. When your product reaches the Antarctic, when it reaches Japan, when it hits Dubai, Bahrain, Kuwait, when it hits the other side of my town. And then the serial number says 3,000 something or other on an unpopular color. Yep. It's not even like it was 3,000 something on black. It was 3,000 something in rainbow. And then you fucking give me a $1,500 fucking check. The shit hurt my feelings. All I can say is Batman, I'm proud of you. Whatever company you went with in terms of mixing the flavors that you grew up on, you had in terms of tradition. I'm not only happy for you, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You deserve that shit. You deserve it.
Shout out Dave Satek, $10 super chat. 3 people I absolutely respect. Much love, y'all. We got another super chat. Truck and Vapes, $20. Best 3.5 rated RDA of all time.
So that's a Jay Hayes reference since he invented the heat sink. That was a joke, by the way.
Off the your success of your Barrage, man. Know the fact that something that was in your head is all around the world, that's more payment than any monetary value will ever give you. And I can say that, and some people say, well, it's easy for him to say that.
No, but I get that. I agree with you 100%. 100%.
No, man, that we're three individuals. We probably would have been successful, whatever it is we're doing away from this, because we all have careers that we chose away from this. I know you're full-time stay-at-home mommy thesis. That's cool. I respect that.
Well, no, before dude, I make money. Like I make 70 grand, but it's not profile money. It ain't irk and jerk money that Batman got.
Take that elsewhere. But no, man.
I don't make twisted money or grim money or J money.
The experience in which you learn from your first endeavor, the knowledge in which you gain, the knowledge that you have in your mind from that business transaction, moving forward, the precautionary measures that must be taken to ensure that doesn't happen again. That you cannot put a price tag on.
Nope, because that's an experience that it can only be learned in experience. You could have 100 people tell you and warn you. My dad told me, Joe, I called you before it was ever made and talked to you about prices. I literally called you before production and talked to you about prices, right?
I gave you the very best advice I could give you. And today, if you call me with the same question, I'm gonna give you the same answer I gave you.
I cannot thank you enough, and I cannot respect you enough, because I won't say the name. There's a very large reviewer who said, I don't want anything to do with what you're doing. Meaning, and I get why he said it. He didn't want to be accused of having any part in the background of it, which is fine. I get it. But I'm like, I'm not even trying to show you the product before it's made. I'm just asking like financial figures. What is it that I should do for my first one? What did you learn from yours? He's like, I'd rather have nothing to do with it. Like, that's pretty fucked up, dude. Like, I've known you for a long time. It's like, that's just the truth. You did. I made probably one of the first phone calls I ever made to you. I've had your number for years, and I called you at a Home Depot parking lot building a piece of shit trailer, and you called me back, and I was like, hey, I got a question. You're like, all right. Didn't even fucking hesitate. There was no questions. There was no, I want $500 for a whatever the fuck that fee is, a consultation fee. None of that shit.
Why? It's because it's helping more than we hurt. And I try to leave everything on a positive note, and we're going to do that here. And that is the mindset that it is, you help somebody more than you've been hurt mentally, physically, or emotionally, or help somebody more than you have hurt somebody mentally, physically, or emotionally. With that mindset, man, we can overcome anything that's put before us as human beings. It's not a matter of white, black, rich, poor, upper echelon, lower ghetto. It doesn't matter. The ability to help somebody in any way, fashion, or form is the most gratifying thing that you'll ever experience. The euphoric feeling of it has surpassed any known drug that's out there. I promise you. Thesis, your endeavors in which you've done with the barrage and what you accomplished with it. Like I said, brother, take it as a milestone and a learning lesson moving forward in future endeavors. I personally vow that in your next one that you decide to go do, reach out to me. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. You know?
Oh, I will. I've reached out to Woto folks like, hey, give me that profile money, son.
Anything you guys want to say before we sign off? I'm going to sign off out of here and wrap this one up. We can stay chatting afterwards if you'd like. But we're going to.
Batman, you go first, bro.
No, y'all go first. I go last.
I said Batman. I never said
it was all good. It was fun. Actually different. I haven't been live. I've actually been staying away from live shows. Just clearing my head, doing what I got to do. To get back into myself. The past 10 months have been. Joel knows. I've talked to Joel in my Zoom room one-on-one. Like the past 10 months for me I've been going through some ups and downs, some mood swings. I mean, really
I was going to ask, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm gravy baby now. I'm doing real good. I got my spunk back, man. I feel real good.
I'm trying to let my spunk go. You keep talking about getting the spunk back. I jerk off twice a day, all that shit. It's like a poison. Get out of my body.
But nah, man, it's all good, man. So I just want to thank you guys for the invite, both of you. And I had a fun show. We'll do it again, definitely.
Absolutely. Thesis, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. So this is not a transition piece. This is just a secondary. My DIY stuff. You guys see it on my Instagram a little bit. The closet that's being built, the mod stands I'm building for my boy Sergio, who's doing Spanish reviews out in Germany as well. Nebelfee, which come to find out, my homeboy Nebelfee's name in English means fuck fairy. So that was a pretty funny prank you did to the whole vape industry because your name is printed everywhere. And in German, it means fuck fairy. Hilarious. But all my DIY stuff is going to be posted at, including my truck, youtube.com/thesis himself. And then my newest endeavor, I love food. I love hot sauce in particular. Bougie food on a paper plate budget. It's at Paper Plate Mafia on Instagram, at Paper Plate Mafia. More than anything, though, Joel, Batman, you guys are some of the realest, not just in vaping. Like, I just mean this as human beings, as people, because if you're mad at me, you're going to tell me, and then you're going to tell me why. But you're not going to just leave it there. You're going to say, this is what you can do better. And it's people like you, both of you, and I try to make myself the same way. If someone's fucking up, you're not going to cut them down. You're going to help them become a better person. And all I can say is thank you on behalf of planet Earth, not the vape industry. Don't get it twisted. On planet Earth. Because if your buddy was making rims on JoJo's Rim Shop off of 33rd and 26th, you would tell them the same advice. And I can appreciate that as a human being.
Well,
thank you.
Tell you the same thing I tell everybody. And I don't mean this rude. You don't ever have to thank me for a damn thing. I'm being who I am because that's exactly who I'm supposed to be. You don't ever thank me for being who I am because I'm going to be me regardless, with or without you. It's just who I am. Know that I appreciate you being who you are, both you gentlemen, and your butt plug there. But as always, everybody, I'm going to do what I always do at this time, and that is going to be to remind you that if at any given point in time you ever felt like you are not a somebody, I want you to know you are a somebody in somebody's eyes. That somebody is me. I absolutely love each and every one of you out there. Stay focused, stay blessed. Mr. Just Right One is checking in and checking out at the same damn time. I'm out.